Good evening, Internet world. Hello, my name is Susan, and I'm here to share with you tonight. We're live from what I like to call my playroom. It's a combination of my office, my craft room, my writing room. So it's definitely one of my favourite spots other than my garden in my house. So I've got my cards, the Southern Cross Stones Oracle cards, ones that I have designed and printed myself. The only place that you can buy them is from me. And I'm here to share their wisdom and insight with you tonight. I'm located in Perth in Western Australia, and today it was, bloody hot. But I was lucky that I had my new air conditioner installed, so I had to test that out and have a wee nap in the absolute cold. So I woke up freezing. That was very pleasant. So it gets my tick of approval. So I'm giving the cards a shuffle as I'm waiting for a few people to pop into the room, as what happens at this very busy time of year for a lot of people. It's a very difficult time of year for quite a few people, and we could extend our kindness to somebody who doesn't have that sense of connection with the Christmas joy. There are many people that find themselves in situations after a rough year or a rough couple of months or a rough couple of weeks that, Christmas is a difficult period for them. So absolutely fabulous, and I hope that you are all as well as can be. So from the hot and sunny Perth, Western Australia, even though it's 9 o'clock at night, here it's still pretty warm. I think it's still 32 degrees. So yeah, we will give the cards a shuffle up. Got a couple of people that have popped into the room, so that's really great. So I just want to confirm with everyone that my name is Susan. I am really happy that you've found me here, but I never, and 100% never, will send you an unsolicited message. You can guarantee if you get a Facebook message from someone, it's somebody pretending to be me. I simply do not send unsolicited messages, and I do not offer readings, whether they be for free or for a great deal of money. I offer you readings for free right here, right now in my lives. I'm very happy to do that. You can see me, warts and all, and here I am. I don't send you messages for sign up here, put your details in. I just simply do that. I appreciate the many people that report fake profiles to Facebook. And my lesson is in the learning that Facebook don't do anything. They absolutely do not apparently break any rules. It just drives me nuts. So yeah, I'm never going to ask for your credit card details. I'm never going to respond to, spammy kind of messages. So this is my official Facebook page for the Southern Cross Stones Oracle cards. My other official page is my business, which is Spirit Mind Tools, which they're sister pages. You'll quite often get cross posts. You find me on all of the socials. I spread myself around. I'm learning a lot of things in regard to social media management. Sometimes the learning is very hard, but that's okay. Sometimes I really need to have it put in this noggin of mine so that, I can get it. So I'm really very happy to feel the energy of the room heat up. And only a few days now, and the whole we'll be able to say, Christmas is done and Christmas is sorted. So let's have a look at a few things for a couple of people. So I'm in the room with the lovely Miss M, who's hiding behind a big computer screen. She's let her hair down tonight, so who knows what's going to happen. So who's our first person for a reading?
First we have Courtney, and she said that her brother has passed away a year ago, and it's her second Christmas without him.
Oh, bless. Courtney, that's such a hard time. My heart feels for you. And I really am getting the strong sense that your brother, I'm not sure, was he on a motorbike or did he like motorbikes to get a sensation of speed and movement? And whilst I don't get a clear picture of him, I get a strong sense of he's always around. Was he your twin, Courtney? He was, you know, very closely connected to you when he was on the earth side, and he very much was. He wasn't a social butterfly. He wasn't a person that talked a lot, but when he did talk, he liked it when you were able to listen. So Courtney, he pretty much feels the same way now in spirit. It's like, well, is she listening to me? I'm going to say yes, you are, because you're open to messages. So I'm going to ask him, Courtney, if he'll send his messages to you in a different way so that you can actually know he's there. There is a love of the outdoors around him, and maybe, you know, depending on where you live, don't want you to freeze or to be too hot, but maybe you could spend time outside and speak to him, Courtney. I definitely get the sensation of him around, and I feel that this is very strong. But in this environment, he's not clearly coming through with a particular message. But I'll draw a card for you, Courtney, and see what insight the cards offer to you. Okay, so you have the card of adventure. Okay, what this is telling me, Courtney, is that you have allowed yourself to, you know, not be in a rut, because I still feel a lot of busyness around you, Courtney, but you're not actually doing things that you want to do. And so what this card is saying is, you know, and what your brother would like you to do is take a step back and do things that really, really are what you want to do, Courtney, okay? They're not about someone else's experience. They're not about someone else's joy. It's just about what you would like to do. So hopefully, Courtney, that's given you a lovely little message, and know that your brother's around and very, very willing to talk to you, okay? Bless you, my dear. Okay, Miss M, who's our next person?
Next we have Jay, and she would like to ask about her son.
Okay. Now, Jay, whoa, look, I've just thrown you over the room, Jay. I get the sensation that your son is not with you. Is that correct? You're going to have to clear it up for me, because I don't feel that he's not your only child. There's other children that are coming through, and so I might need you to give me a bit of clarity on that. And whilst you have a moment to answer the question, I'll draw a card for you, Jay, and see what direction it's taken. Okay, there's definitely a sense of new starts around you, Jay, and this might be absolutely bloody frightening, and it's like, oh shit, I don't want to do this. I don't actually want to recreate my life in a different way. But the card is saying yes, that this is what you'll be doing. There's a sense of absolutely starting from scratch, reinventing a large part of your life. And Jay, if this is about the son that you're inquiring about, there is a sense of loss that I just can't get past. It's like I cannot help you work out that energy. It has to be done on a really personal, open heart level for you. And I would totally understand if you're not ready to do that. I would be with you 100% in saying, well, I'll get around to it later. But what this card is telling you, Jay, is that there is the birth of a new idea and a new direction that is coming your way shortly. So, Miss M, did she answer my question?
Yeah, she said that he's still with us. She's just worried about him.
Okay. So, I definitely feel that around your son, you have a son in spirit, Jay. That might have been from quite some time ago. It might have been a very early miscarriage, but spiritually, I still see him as your son. But your son that is here now, I can get a lot of conflicting energy. It's almost like he's wringing himself out. He's an emotional hard case at the moment. And what the cards are telling me, Jay, is that you need to walk a fine line between support and not overly help, because he needs to understand. He needs to be able to decide how to clear the energy around him. He's a bit of a easily led person, which is sometimes challenging, Jay, and I really believe that your makeup, your absolute essence is about problem solving for other people. So what I am going to recommend for you, Jay, is you try to take a step back or a step sideways in regard to your son and almost allow him to make a few more mistakes, because then he will draw back and he will be the one that decides, hey, shit, I don't want to do that crap. That's not the way that I want to go. But it is a absolutely challenging time for you, Jay. And I do believe that your son who's in spirit will be a great comfort to you. You can always have a chat to him. And, sometimes people mystify the chatting with people who are passed over. But, yeah, I find that it's as simple as saying, hey, I'm here. I'm open, I'm willing, I'm available to get the message, okay? So if, with your permission, Jay, I'm very happy to put you both on my healing list and, see if I can send some shifting positive energy to you. Thank you very much, Jay. Thank you for being here. And if I could ask all you lovely people in the room if you would mind helping me by hitting the share button, hitting that button to as many places as that you feel comfortable, and that just helps me get out there in the wide world and brings a few new people into the room and gives them an idea to have a look at my own set. Well, they're not mine. Well, I created them, but I'm happy if you have your own set. And I'm the only place that you can get them from. So, yeah, you need to talk to me. I've been very lucky in that I've met 4 new people over the last 2 days that all wanted their own set of cards. I have a wonderful offer on at the moment, which I can tell you a bit more about later. But let's get stuck into a few more readings, because I really do know that that's what brings you into the room, and I'm really happy to be able to help you out. I'd like to be able to do quite a few readings tonight. So, yeah. Who is our next person, Miss M?
Next, we have Jamie.
Yay.
And she would like to know if you see her having a fresh start.
Okay, let's ask the cards first, Jamie, because I get a lot of big psychic energy around you. I get it around my left shoulder and down my back. And it's almost like spirit is pushing you and you're being a little bit resistant at the moment, Janie, which, hey, I understand that. Spirit don't want you to be so cautious. Spirit want you to be able to go, yeah, bloody hell, I can do that. I can step forward with a bit of confidence. But I also personally understand how it is to not be able to move forward with confidence, People meet me and they think, oh, yeah, she's really confident. Whereas, you know what? The real me is so not confident. So, Janie, I totally do understand where you're coming from there. So let's have a look at what the card you have drawn. Ooh, This is my favorite card, my signature card. Janie, this tells me that you have a astounding, huge, big celebratory. Yes, you are moving forward. You are creating a new life. You are embracing the fate of change. It's almost like you might want to do it slowly. You might want to, can you edge that back a bit? Can you, But the cards are saying quite clearly that you have a sense of discovery and that your destiny awaits you in regard to you've paid a price with the lessons you've had recently, and you've been really hesitant in trusting people, and that this trust might not come quickly. It might have to be earned. You know what? I'm good with that. You be good with that. And just let it be like, yeah, I'm creating a life I actually want to have. And it's almost like people around you haven't listened. People that you have had that supposedly were really important in your life, Janie, just weren't on your team. And that's all changing. There's new people, there's new events, and everything feels a bit scary, a bit fresh, and a bit daunting, but also a bit bloody exciting as well. So I say, you go, girl. You can go and embrace this new change that's coming your way, Janie. Okay? You are always welcome to pop back in and let us know how the new you has created a wonderful and fresh energy, okay? So, thank you very much for being here. I love the feel of that card. It is my favorite card. Thank you. So, we're here tonight, Wednesday. It's that busy time of year that we don't actually even know what day it is sometimes. So, and we're exploring the Southern Cross Stones Oracle, which is a deck of cards of 52 cards that were born 30 odd years ago, but today, this year, in the last few months, have been brought out and they're dusted off and they're here to give you some readings. So Miss M, who's next on her tidy little list? Because she's kind of like Santa, Miss M. She's got the list, you know. She can make sure that if you have been naughty or nice, I quite like naughty, quite like nice, so yeah. Let's see who's next.
Next, we have Erin.
Erin, fabulous. Boom, straight away, get moving, shifting, kind of, whoa, big energy, Erin. I get that people around you have started to take notice. It's almost like you've got a spiritual, like, you know, candle that's behind you, and Erin, it's like, ooh, wow, things are moving in your world, okay?
She wants to know what the new year will bring.
Whoa, all I can say is, get ready, girlfriend. You are in for a new year worth having, because there is a sense of absolutely what Spirit is saying to me is perhaps not what I'll say to you, but like the energy is very sensual. The energy is very alluring and very satisfactory, and there's a sense of woohoo, yeah. So, Erin, you get ready for the huge energy shift, because the new year is going to bring so many things that are different. So I pulled a card for you, Erin. And you have the card of originality, okay? You have the card of, whoa, I can do this, you know? There's an artistic streak in you that you don't necessarily let out very often. And what this is telling me, Erin, is that the new year and the energy that is coming, opening up around you is very artistic. It's very much, you might be a creative speaker, you might be somebody who has a lot of people that listen to them. But there's a sense of people learning from you in the new year, Erin, and I believe that this is something that you just take to like a duck to water. This is it. This is you. This is what you're comfortable with. So We've been in the room about 5 minutes, so that means there's probably about 15 scammers in the room already. So just want to confirm with everyone that my name's Susan, and I will never ever send you any unsolicited messages, and I will never offer you a free reading in a message. I'm happy to offer you a free reading right here, right now with the lives. This is the way I do it. I will never ever ask you for your private banking information. I'm very happy if you would like to spend some of your money on my website. I'm quite happy to take your money, but I will never actually ask you for your private banking information. So if we've got anyone in the room that's doing shit like that, I just tell you, send them love and light. I want to do other things. I want to do mean and nasty and horrible things, but I won't, because that's not who I am. That's not my values. So yeah. So if we've got anyone like that in the room, we'll send them love and light. So let's ask Miss M who is next on our list. Woohoo! We're pumping tonight.
Yes,
we're getting it.
Samantha.
Aha! My favourite name. My favourite name. I met 3 Samanthas yesterday, totally different, did not know each other, but yeah. So, let's have a look for Samantha. Woohoo! This is a great card to have. This is about decisions, and this is about decisions that you carry through on. It's almost like if you say, no, I'm not going to friggin' do that, then you actually stand your ground. This is about being sure about your own purpose, okay? Being sure that, okay, I made that decision and it's really bloody right for me, and it, you know, whatever the impact, it's okay, because there's a sense of security and a sense of a door opening in regard to a decision. This is not a legal decision. This is about a decision that you make for you or for your family, because I believe that you are the powerhouse in your house. You are the one that researches things. You are the one that makes decisions. You are the one that has a really good informed choice. So this card, absolutely, Samantha, is fantastic to have, and it's fantastic to be able to go, yeah, that's what really works for Samantha. So hey, I say go with it. You have the power. The power is with you at the moment, okay? So use it and enjoy it. So you might notice that I did a bit of like renovation of my wall. So I love turtles. I absolutely, really. Now let's say I'm obsessive about them. It goes past love. And so just over my shoulder you'll find a turtle. And we've still got the cards over here, but they're over a different shoulder. I did that for a little energetic exercise, so it'll be quite easy. I'm a personal lover of grids. Absolutely love grids. I love affirmations, and so the moving of energy around is all part of that. For those that know me or that have had a look at my website or my Facebook shop, you know that I sell some turtle affirmation cards that, yeah, if you're interested, go and have a look. I think they're really cute. I think they're really fun, so, which is probably pretty good because I made them. So, Miss M, who do we have on our next target?
Next we have Peter.
Peter, whoa, wow. Have you been waiting for something, girlfriend? Have you been like patiently hanging in there? Spirit is saying really quite clearly, Peter, that, wow, you haven't got much longer to wait. You know, like, I'm getting itchy skin. I'm getting, like, spiritually, that's like you're growing out of your skin. It's like, you know how a snake sheds their skin when they're finished with it? This is what I'm feeling for you, Peter. It's almost like, whoa, your time's coming, girlfriend. You're really making a difference. I think that around you, the cards have said that, you know, you've been sprinkling your own brand of happiness around other people, and now it's coming back to absolutely pay in your quarter, because you have my fairy card, this is the card of spells and enchantments. It's like, woo, I've cast a spell over myself, Peter, and that this is highly beneficial to you, and that you are going to get a reward very soon. That reward comes in an emotional and physical response. I don't believe that it is a financial energy reward, Peter, but it's like they're connected. One flows into the other. There's a lot of white light around you and a lot of really woohoo boosting energy. So yeah, pop in and let us know how it goes, because I love that feeling that you're giving me, Peter. It's like, yeah, it's time to get rid of the headaches and get some joy in your day, and that's what the card is offering you. So yeah, you go with it. So absolutely wonderful. Let me get a little drink of my favorite substance. I don't know, I'm not really a person who makes New Year's resolutions, but you know, I do plan to make a few changes next year, and I'm just not sure whether this is going to be one of the changes, because I do so love it. So Miss M, who's next on your list?
Next we have Rebecca, and she has questions.
Rebecca has a something, but Miss M hasn't found it.
There are lots of people in the room, and I'm trying.
Aha! It's because she let her hair down, see? It's because she let her hair down. She's quite a person who, like me, likes her little boundaries. So yeah, but today she's got her hair down. As soon as she walked in the door, I thought, whoa, we are on for fun tonight. We are so on for fun. So yeah, what does Rebecca like to know?
So Rebecca has some Christmas issues, but she would like to ask her mum about them.
Okay, so your mum is somebody who loves to cook, Rebecca, and she's saying that that is not your forte. So she's saying to lessen the pressure on you, get out of the kitchen, okay? That might mean that you choose to have a menu that's not quite so cooked, have things that are cold. The people around you love to eat, okay? There's no doubt about it that whatever kind of food you serve up, Rebecca, they will be quite happy. There is so much like loving, giving energy around you, Rebecca, but you're just not seeing it at the moment. You're not able to feel the benefit of it. So your mum very strongly says to step back and to let the enjoyment come, because your mum was a bit of a Christmas fiend. She was somebody that wholeheartedly embraced the spiritual concept as well as the family concept of Christmas. And I don't know, Rebecca, it feels like you're trying to be somebody else. Are you trying to be in your mum's shoes? Are you trying to be more her than you? Because the message that I'm getting is that you need to be more you, and to not get out of the kitchen, even though that's what Spirit is telling me. Spirit is telling me, get out of the kitchen. And yeah, let the enjoyment come. So I'll draw a card for you and see what the cards offer. Oh, very interesting. They've given you the card of truth, okay? What this means to me is that, with the messages from your mum, is that be more accepting of yourself and of how you really want Christmas to be, okay? This is your Christmas. This is about how you're redesigning it. It doesn't have to be how it's always been. You're going to make it a little bit different, and that yeah, there is definitely a person that needs lots of attention from Miss M. So energetically, they're very diverting to me. So yeah. So Rebecca, I'm still with you. I haven't left you. I believe quite strongly that your mum wants to support you in being you for Christmas. And that, you know, if you want different music and you want different food, then you can have that, okay? It is really important to your mum that you actually enjoy Christmas. So at the moment, this is not happening. At the moment, you're like doing the whole, oh, yeah. So I invite you from tonight to look at the whole Christmas thing differently. And if that's causing you stress, don't do it that way. If that's causing you angst, it's like, oh shit, I don't need to go into debt for this. I don't need to, have the sparkliest crackers and the things I actually, they're not in my budget. There is a great sense of Christmas around you. And Rebecca, what your mum is supporting you with is to recreate Christmas, okay? So I'd love it if you popped in after Christmas and let me know how it went and what changes you made so that you could have a sense of enjoyment, okay? And if you'd like, please just ask and I'll put your name on the healing list, because Christmas can be an absolute, minefield of emotional trauma moments for some. So we don't want that for you, Rebecca. We want you to have some frivolous fun, okay? And keep out of the kitchen. Okay, Miss M, who's the next person on our list?
So next we have Amy.
Amy. What fantastic energy around you, Amy. My God, you know how to create work, though. You know how to attract busyness and attract, people with purpose is what Spirit's telling me. People with a desire to get things done come to you, Amy. And I really believe that right now, the cards are saying a break is in order. A 5-minute or a mini, holiday away somewhere. If you can't physically remove yourself from your house, you need to find that quiet space. It's almost like my personal ability to do that. It's great because I stick my nose in a book and I'm lost to a universe. So, but what they're telling me, Amy, is you don't have that. You don't have that ability to be able to lose yourself within the life that you've already got. So the cards are definitely asking you to, to make a decision and to take a use of an opportunity that is coming your way, because there is a readjustment in your life, Amy. And I see this as a positive reward, and that this is, whilst you might not have been waiting for it, whilst you might not realize how much you need it, what these cards are saying is, hey, right, the time you jump onto it, and there's a very good sense of reward, Amy, in the changes that you make. You have to, I'm hitting myself because you don't have to do bloody anything. Spirit would encourage you to work less for other people and more for yourself, because that whole important is not getting enough airtime in your world, Amy. And I believe quite strongly that you're exhausting yourself by doing everything for other people. If that's who you are and that's what you're really comfortable with, hey, don't let me try to prompt the change. If that's something that you're uncomfortable with, then there are a few strategies that you can learn to help do it differently. Still be helper, still be a person of service without exhausting yourself in the process, okay? So take care, Amy, and do a little special something for yourself. And it's really important to be able to clear that energy. Myself, I'm you probably will laugh at me, but I'm quite an introvert. I'm quite somebody that I like quiet time. I get sensory overload, and part of that is the spiritual overload, and part of that is like, oh my God, I can't do people today. And my week has been so busy. I've been truly blessed. I've met all kinds of new people, and today I was quite blessed in meeting a young lad, and he was my polar opposite. He was like 1,000,000 miles an hour, racy. But what was so exciting was he was open and aware of so many things. He had an interest in crystals and spirituality, and he had a dose of young, I need to learn that in there too. And he was it was almost like a beautiful ray of light for me. It was like, wow, okay, yeah. So I'm pretty lucky. My week's been busy and I've had plenty of comforts, but also a couple of good lessons as well. So hopefully your week's been good. Has any person hit that share button for me, Miss M? Are you doing that? Are you hitting the share? Are you telling me that you could put me out there in the world? I love this kind of communication, because here I am at home. I'm not in my pajamas, which I could be if I wanted to be, but you know, I'm not today. And yeah, I get to share with all you beautiful people. So I'm interested in finding out where in the world you're from. I'm interested in allowing my cards, the Southern Cross Stones Oracle, to be able to answer your questions. So whilst I do the lives, I'm off with the fairies. I'm in a different planet, which is why I have a lovely person. It's a wonderful Miss M tonight that does the structural stuff for me, because I do not have the capacity to be able to be do the like watching the screen. I'm off with the fairies. So yeah, I love that place. I absolutely love that place. I have a dedicated space in my garden that is just for fairies. Okay, so yeah. Bless your cotton socks. Let me ask Miss M, who's next on our list? I'm powering through them tonight. You just ask your questions. I want to be here for you.
Another Samantha is asking about a job that she's applied for.
Another Samantha. Ooh, it might be my name of the week. It might be the name that's, yeah. Okay, Samantha, let's have a look at this job you've applied for. Okay, so, woohoo. One, I think that it pays well. The card of prosperity, the card of achievement. Okay, you do not trust, Samantha, that you're going to get this job, whereas the universe is going to give it to you. And there's a sense of, oh shit, I don't want it, or shit, I don't deserve it. You got to stop that crap, young lady. You've got to be able to say, well, you know what, I deserve this job. You know, Spirit is telling me that there's 2 pay rises within the job, and pretty quickly. It's almost like you're there 2 weeks and then they, you know, give you more money or a better package, because I'm just getting it as a pay rise. And that can be in conditions, not just in financial rewards. So there's a real sense, Samantha, that you need to go for it. But what the spiritual lesson is, that the Spirit is telling you, is that you need to acknowledge that you're worthy. You need to acknowledge that I can do that job. I can do that job really well. I deserve that job. I want that job. I'll have that job. Simple as. Start, you know, throwing the old thankfulness and gratefulness around. It's like, yeah, I can do that. So in answer to your question, Samantha, easy answer, yes. The job's yours. A harder answer is, yeah, you need to do a little thinking on why you're worthy. And sort of, sometimes it's hard for the internal to catch up with the external. But back in the 80s, yeah, that's how old I am, back in the 80s, I was a workshop queen. Oh my God, so many workshops that I went to, so many workshops that I delivered. But one guy that I went to, his name was Stuart Wilde, and I actually really fancied him physically. He was, I don't know, he was like, I used to be really tall, and I've always been a very large woman. So, you know, he was smaller and shorter than me, but I really fancied him, his energy. And he used to say that you got to, you know, talk the talk before you can walk the walk. So that's what it's telling you, Samantha. It's almost like you've got to, I'm very good at it, appear confident on the external side, and then allow the confidence to be nurtured on the internal side. He also used to say, and he wrote a book, I don't know whether it's still in print, but I'm sure I've got a copy of it, and it said, don't sweat the small stuff. You know, we spend so much time and energy in thinking the little things matter more, whereas guess what? Samantha, just from this moment on, that job's yours. You deserve it. You own it, okay? I want you to pop in. We're not live on the weekend because, hey, Christmas is coming and Santa's taken all of the internet bandwidth. So we'll be back next Wednesday. So I'd love it if you popped in and say, yep, I own that job. That job is mine. Right. So, Miss M, who would like to be our next person?
Next, we have Candace.
Candace, is this the Candace that I met today?
Yes.
Hello. Hello. What a vibrant bundle of energy this woman is.
And she would like to know if you see her having a lot of clients.
Okay, let's have a look from a business perspective, my darling. Let's have a look. Well, I'm really chucking the iPad around tonight, so let me straighten you up. So, wow. Yes. At the moment, what they're saying, Candace, is that you have a sense of avoidance that is stopping. Okay? It's almost like this is what's happening right now. And to let go of the fear and turn it into as a respect for yourself. Because at the moment, the fact that you are going through a lot of turmoil, I understand and respect that, and I would hope to be able to support you. But as far as your business is concerned and your client ratio, it's like respect yourself and they will come, okay? What would be very helpful is if you actually tell the universe, I want 2, I want 5, I want 100, I want 1,000 clients, okay? Because then it is able to work within your parameters. I know when I do work for my own spiritual work, I will be very clear. I set a grid this morning asking for 2 readings for the day, and within half an hour they'd come to me. It's like, wow, okay. I'm very practiced at grid work, so maybe sometimes it works quicker for me. But Candace, it's a really great opportunity to be able to say, okay, many clients, what works good for me, so that I've still got time for myself, still got time for my new place, still got time for the children, still got time for quiet time. Because I really responded to you in that regard, in that I'm similar. Like, you have to have your off button. You have to have that quiet time every single day for you to be able to give your absolute best, Candace. So, yeah, I love the fact that you're a keen follower of the page, and really appreciate you being here tonight. So, it was lovely to meet you. No doubt we shall talk soon. Okay, we're pumping tonight, so who are we having next?
Next we have Donna.
Donna, just on a side note here, I bet you next week when Miss M comes, she ties her hairs up. She'll probably go, my God, what did I do to the life? Oh my goodness. Like, wow, it was pumping. And it's because she's got her hair down. So it's all about the energy exchange out there, I told you. I tell you. This, yeah, look at this. Straight away, how many cards fall out for you, Donna? Oh my Lord, I cannot read them all. That is like a whole hour's reading in there. So I'm going to put them back in the deck, Donna, and I'm going to ask for one card. One card for you, okay? So, let's have a look. Woohoo! This is a card of work. This is a card of making the most of things that are changing around you, Donna. I feel that what Spirit is telling me is that you haven't felt in control. You haven't felt like your choice has been taken into account, okay? You haven't felt like, hey, the universe is not working with me on this, and the universe is not, listening to my messages. Whereas what this card is telling me, Donna, is that the universe is listening to your messages. It just has not given you the opportunity yet to receive what you're asking for. So this tells me that continue with what you've been doing. Continue with affirmations in that I want, I like, I'm attracting, I'm pulling in, because things are shifting around you very energetically, Donna, but maybe you're not feeling it. So I ask you to step back and have a look at how spirit is working in your world, and how there have been subtle changes, and there have been, what spirit is telling me is that you have less headaches, and that you have less ability to get carried away by other people's anxiety, okay? And this is a fantastic skill. There's just a huge sense of achievement around that, Donna. But you can get sidetracked by the fact that the whole deck of cards falls out and says, whoa, busy. So yeah, and I would invite you to take a little bit of extra care and loving on your right leg. I'm getting a achy, kind of ouchy, doesn't feel like a bruise, but it does feel like a hurt. It's almost like, wow, shit, I rammed into that. And yeah, I'm not feeling that it's any like major hurt or, you know, like a real, I need to watch that. I'm just feeling, Donna, that, yeah, it's something that, you know what, might be good if you could avoid. So hopefully, my dear, that's giving you some answers. Probably not to everything, because simply your life is just big, just busy. So yeah, so there is a real whew around that. So I'm going to have another wee drink. I absolutely, really connect and relate well to my Scottish heritage. My mum, even though she was born in the UK, her family, her parents were Glaswegians, so they were from Glasgow, and it's somewhere that I relate to in my heart and in my spirit. When I was travelling, and say I was in a little local pub and might have ordered a drink, somebody would come up to me and say, "Oh, are you Australian?" You know, because they're fascinated by Australia. And I'm like, nah, I'm Scottish. I just sound Australian, because in my heart I've always felt Scottish. So yeah, I love the culture. I love the traditions, and yeah, it's just the most beautiful place on earth. It's a bit too bloody cold to live there all the time, but yeah, it certainly is a very beautiful place. So I'm going to do a reading for someone else in a minute, but first I'm going to have a wee wet the whistle thing.
It's my birthplace.
Pardon?
Scotland is my birthplace.
She's born in Scotland. Oh. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous, universe. Where?
Bells Hill.
Oh. Okay. Miss M, please, could I have another
Angie
person?
is next.
Andy?
Angie.
Oh, definitely sure you would have had that song in your mind at some time in your world, Angie. Let's have a look what this wonderful pack of cards, the Southern Cross Stones Oracle, will offer for you, Angie. Let's see. I'm psychically getting that there is a change in direction that you're not quite into yet. It's not that you're fighting the universe. I feel that, Angie, you're a very energetic person. You know your intuition. You feel your guides. You're comfortable with your spirituality. You've got a sense of knowing within yourself that is a beautiful, beautiful thing to experience from my part of the world. And I sense that there are changes that you have that you're not actually on board with yet, because you've got the card of transitions, okay? This is the one of rebirth, but it also came out with the power card, with the card of fate and destiny. So what this tells me, Angie, is that you're well guided, and you very much will be able to clear your path. It's almost like right now you might have a few weeds that you don't want, but your path is opening up, and there is a sense of destiny around you, Angie, that it honestly gives me the whole warm, loving, comforts kind of yummy energy thing And I sense that the decision that you will make in regard to changing direction is one that's very powerful and very much about your spiritual self and very much about where you're heading. Okay, I find your energy very what's the word, alluring, like you just have a lovely energy, and I thank you very much for popping in tonight and asking your questions. So thank you very much, Angie. So who is our next person that would like to have a card, Miss M?
Next, we have Kylie.
Kylie. Hello, Kylie. I definitely get that. You have decisions to make, Kylie, and I believe that these decisions are many. It's almost like, do I need to decide what to wear? Do I need to decide whether those shoes, will provide the comfort? Because I definitely feel that whilst I don't feel limited mobility, I feel that your shoes are the most important thing that should be considered when every time that you get dressed, because there is not pain, but there's an issue with your feet. So I don't know what that is, Kylie, but Spirit is quite clear in that choose your shoes before you choose your outfit, because it's like, you don't want to wear that if you could only wear those shoes, because today is not a day for those shoes. Okay, I don't know whether you have a bit of a shoe fetish, but Spirit is saying that you have a lot of shoes to choose from. So it's really important that you allow Spirit to work with you. I noticed that I'm getting a lot of sharing energy. I haven't left you, Kylie, so don't worry, I'm coming back to you. And that I'm offering the person who shares the most tonight, like absolutely every single, I don't know how many places you can share me around, but if you share me around, the one person that Miss M says to me, this person has shared you the most, they're going to have a private one-on-one reading with me. So, and that's something that I can do for them that acknowledges what they can do for me. So, Kylie, I'm right back on your station now. I'm right back with you. So don't feel like, oh my God, she left me. So let's have a look what the Southern Cross Stones Oracle cards are going to offer you, Kylie. So what this tells me is that you have a yearning, not a need, a yearning to be able to connect with someone around you, Kylie. And it's as though you may be the one that's quiet, you may be the one that's not asking the questions that you want the answer to. But what this card is saying is that you have a gift with connection, and that if you make a slight shift or ask your questions in a different manner, then you'll get that sense of connection that right now you don't have. I don't feel, Kylie, that you're lonely, but I feel that you have a unmet desire to have people around you. I don't know whether it's one special person, Kylie, or whether it's an overall energetic field that you're ready for more connection in your life and for a quality of conversation. Okay, so maybe think about what Spirit has said in maybe framing your questions a different way, asking new people the same questions, or just making little shifts like that. I really do believe that there is a sense of satisfaction around that and around your communication, Kylie, okay? So, Miss M, how we rocking?
Good.
Tell me who's next on the target of the long hair list.
Next we have Julie.
Julie is straight away. I love music. I really, I get a great deal of joy out of music. But when it comes to singing, I really suck. I absolutely suck. But my enjoyment level is high. So, people will say to me, wow, you really enjoyed singing that badly. And I'm like, yeah, I do, thank you. But yeah, so I really will not close the room off by starting to sing, okay? Let's have a look, Julie. Let's see what rockin' energy these cards. They're actually hot, these cards. I did consider, because I do have 3 packs that I use for readings, because I don't like to, when I'm giving a long reading, I don't like to use the same cards like one after the other. I will if it's a married couple or, you know, like they're connected to each other. But say, yeah, I like to be able to swap the deck. And yeah, these cards are really hot. I tell you, we're busting with energy soon. So, let's have a look, Julie. Let's give you a card. Woohoo! There's a sense of mending something, okay? There's a sense of you're missing an edge of self-comfort. You're missing an opportunity to self-soothe. This could be any activity that brings you comfort, okay? This is very much about what will work for me most. Because what this card is saying, Julie, is what you have now is not doing the trick. There's something new to learn, or a past activity that you could rejuvenate, that you could reprogram, you know? Like, I'm getting a really itchy face. Like, I don't know whether that's spirit suggesting, do you change your face cream, or, you know, go and, I don't know whether people, because back in the day, people would go get facials. I don't know whether that's still something people do. But yeah, I'm getting really itchy skin, Julie. So I don't know whether spirit's saying that there's something that you can do to rejuvenate how you feel. It's almost like you're not putting your best face forward. You're not holding, you know, you're holding back more energy than you're used to. And this is not something that sits well with you, Julie, and not something that I get, that you're energetically a very strong person, that you have not necessarily clear goals, but you have very clear values. And it's almost like the itchy skin is what's holding you back. So I don't know, what does that say to you? Does that say to you get a new moisturizer? Does that say get a bit of sun? Because the message is for you, Julie, not for me to be able to understand all of the ins and outs about it. Okay, so hopefully that's given you some pondering. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I can think about that kind of energy. And thank you very much for popping in, Julie. Really appreciate your support and you being here tonight. So, how we going, Miss Longhair? Do you know that Scottish cows have really long hair? I am not calling Miss M a Scottish cow. What I'm saying is I was fascinated. The first time I met a real Scottish cow, all I wanted to do was pat it. And it was a big fucking thing. Like, it was so huge. Like, I nearly 6 foot tall. And it was way bigger than me. And, like, it was hairy and smelly. But I wanted to pat it like it was a little tiny baby dog. So, yeah. But I'm not saying that Miss M's like that. I'm just saying she's got long hair and Scottish cows have long hair. So, who are we next?
Diane is next.
Diane. Miss M has a little person, and I enjoy his company. And for some reason, he thinks I'm really funny. And when he popped over to visit, I was teaching him how to you know, where you hold your hands and you vibrationally get down to your base chakra. And in the whole way of little people, he got it within 2 or 3 tries. He was like, and he was just good at it. He was really good at it. I wouldn't be at all surprised whether that's his new party trick for Christmas, because, yeah, he was really good at it. So, Diane, let's have a look. Let's have a look. We're shuffling this energetically busy pack tonight to see what delights are coming your way. Okay. So, wow. Ooh. Sense of people. Okay, the first, greedy girl, you had to have 2 cards. So the first card is about language. It's about messages. It's almost right. Okay, I've got the message, but am I actually communicating it to my audience? Because what Spirit is telling me, it's like a show, like a singing show, but you've gone to the wrong music hall. You know, it's like, oh shit, they're speaking in Spanish, but I'm singing in English, okay? So what this card is asking you to do is to check your words. Check that your messages are being received, and that these, Diane, are something that you are very clear about, because the other card that you've got is the card of reward, okay? I just think that what Spirit is saying is, with a tiny little tweak, I don't know, maybe you need to stick a couple of fuck yous in there. I don't know, whatever your language. Some people don't swear, some people are awfully polite, but hey, I'm Australian, so I can tend to have a really bad, what my mother would call a potty mouth. But yeah, so what the cards are saying, Diane, is that with a readjustment of the words, you will get the rewards that you seek, okay? There's a woo boost of energy, and it's like, yeah, I don't know whether you need to add a couple of words or take out a couple of words. I see it like a screenplay. It's almost like this person says that, and then this person responds to that. So you get the response you want and you need by changing a couple of words. So hopefully that's helpful, Diane, because there's, you know, also the card of decisions that you've drawn. It's like, shit. Am I placing too much importance on this? Do I have the insight to make it? Yeah, of course you bloody do. And yeah, I just think there's one or two words that need to change, and that's what brings you the result that you're after. So hopefully that's answered your question, but also given you a few more questions, because there are sometimes when Spirit does not need to give you the solution, it just needs to give you the path, okay? So that might be one of those times. So, do we have somebody else that would like a card?
Yes, we do. We have Olivia.
Oh, Olivia. Olivia used to be a goddess. I can't remember whether she was Greek or Italian, but yeah, she was an pretty important woman. So let's shuffle the Southern Cross Stones Oracle. I don't know whether Miss M's told you about it, but at the moment I have a special offer on that I'm going to keep on until the end of the year. And if you wish to buy a pack of your own cards, then wow, I'd be very happy. And my bonus to you would be some crystals up to the value of $50, which I would choose for you. Energetically, I would hope that I would be on the ball and give you what you need. And if for some reason you happen to live close by, then I'm quite happy to actually meet you and to choose your crystals that way. I definitely have enjoyed having the ability to play with rocks over the last few months. It's reawoken, is that right? It's, yeah, it's energized my love of the rocks anyway. So yeah, so Olivia, you have the card of satisfaction. Okay, there is a sense of relief around this card, Olivia. It's almost like, oh my God, that's done. Oh my God, that's the way it's meant to be. And there's a sense of, you know what? That's bloody finished, and I'm really glad about it. That chapter, that year, it's almost like when you chop off this year, you'll go a big sigh of relief and go, 22, master number, great number in moving forward. There's a sense of satisfaction and relief. Olivia, I don't feel that you've got a secret, and it would not be my place to delve into a secret, but certainly not in a public environment. But I'm getting that you're holding something back, and this is necessary. It's almost like it's part and parcel of how you're moving forward, okay? Olivia, if it works for you, then it's perfectly all right. It's nobody else's business if it only attains to you, okay? You don't need to go blurting out any of your secrets when they're nobody else's business. And fortunately, really, as in my work as a psychic, I sometimes delve into people's secret places when they're not, like, whoa, okay, I didn't realize that that was part of the deal. But yeah, what Spirit is telling me is that, no, they're not telling me your secrets, Olivia, but they are telling me that it's good for you to look at what you're keeping close, and it's good for you to make a decision as to whether the secrets that you have are working for you. If they don't work for you, revamp them, change them, dump them, whatever. Just do something, because energetically they're not working for you. Okay, so hopefully that's answered your question, Olivia, and given you another couple. So, do we have another person? So, we get a yes. Who is our next person?
Next is Tracy.
Tracy, what a great, powerful name. Instantly I can hear a choir of spiritual singers. I don't know whether, Tracy, you're going to go to some kind of musical event or whether you are the musical event. But either way, the singing's spot on. It's very, very pleasant. So I say, have a good time. I really think it's going to be, like, energetically a real buzz. So let's have a look, Tracy. Ooh, we've had this card before tonight. So what a lovely card to get. This card tells me that, Tracy, you've been a little, like, protective in a love or intimate relationship. This can be a friendship. This can be like best friends, you know, mates kind of thing. But it is a relationship of real importance. And what this tells me, Tracy, is that this time of standing outside the square is not you anymore. And this card is encouraging you to make use of your gifts and to get closer with that special person. I'm not getting an indication, Tracy, whether it's a partner or a family member or a friend. I'm just getting the spiritual guidelines that the cards are offering me, and that is that it's somebody really important, and that this is something that you will benefit greatly from. And I'm still getting the music, so I don't know whether, Tracy, that means that the other person is musical. But I'm still, you know, I'm hearing the song. So hopefully, has that answered your question, Tracy? I really hope so. There's a sense of beautiful, earthy, connected, you know, like you understand the land, you understand the role, the spiritual role of the dirt and the places where we walk, and there's a real sense that you've been here before. You know, you have a innate wisdom about you, Tracy, that you know, you don't always need to share with other people, but when you do, they're into, you know, people want to listen to you. People want to be able to go, oh, wow, that really works. So, Tracy, enjoy sharing your gifts. I certainly enjoyed my little quick look into them. So hopefully that's answered your question. Before we go to our next reading for the evening, I'm going to have a little drink. Okay, I'm back in the room. So, Miss M.
We have Kate. Would like a reading, please, Susan.
Beautiful name. We definitely had a lot of women in the room tonight. It's like sisters. We're here and we're sharing. So, yeah, really appreciate that. Okay, Kate. The cards are telling me, because I'm shuffling them and you're having lots of them fall out. What this tells me is that you have decisions to make, Kate. You have decisions about what is important to you. Okay? There is, I don't know whether you're struggling with the concept of enough at the moment. Do I have enough? Will this be enough? Am I enough? But there's a real, like, spiritual power to what work you're doing emotionally. And Kate, I believe that you might be a little overwhelmed at the moment, okay? You might need to be able to say, whoa, let's take a step back. Let's give Kate some space and some support. I don't believe it comes naturally to you, Kate, to able to like seek support from other places, but the cards are saying you would have the right support if you want to ask for it. Okay, so let's draw a card for you and see what it wants you to do. Okay, this is the card of rejuvenation and mending. So this would go with the energetic like feelings I was getting around you, Kate, in that there is a sense of you weren't broken, but you're changing, and spiritually they're seeing it as a mending process. You're, putting a stitch and changing things around, and there's a sense of redemption around you. And I see this as a really welcome, like, break in the traffic. There is still a lot of busyness around you, especially in the next 3 months. And I do feel, I don't know whether that you get headaches, but I'm getting a pain up the top of my nose, and it's almost like it's very pronounced for you. I don't know whether it's a headache or whether it's like, but I'm getting it right there. And I believe that what this card is offering you, Kate, is a chance to have a look at what really provides you the best answer, okay? You are the doctor of your own mending, Kate. And the cards are asking you to let somebody else support you. There is somebody that has constant contact in your world that would be with you with a jump, absolutely. All you got to do is ask, and they're there. So, Kate, try it. It might be something different, and it might blow your mind in that, hey, that really bloody works for me. I'm really quite thankful. So, I don't know. I think that we've been absolutely jumping with the energy tonight. So, Miss M, how are we going with the time?
It's 10:12.
What? That woman can talk. It's her fault. She came with her hair down. So, this is like, we've been absolutely pumping tonight. I've had a really good time. So I really appreciate every person that has popped into the room, and every person. And the lovely Miss M will see who was our most prolific sharer tonight. And I'll write a message on the page. So I'm definitely not going to send you a private message. It's not something I do. I'll send you a message on the page and say, hey, when should we get together and have a little chat, and I'll give you a one-on-one time. But I love this environment, this sharing, this, live energy. It's really working for me, and I'm really glad that you were able to pop in and join us tonight. So thank you very much. Blessings to you all. And I'll see you next week. Thank you.